Today we're going to talk about scams, fraud, foreclosures, everything to look for during this recession. Unfortunately, money does weird things to people, and you have to be on the lookout for scams and different things that can happen to you because you're taking your eye off the ball, you're stressed about money, and this is when people come out of the woodwork to prey on you. Unfortunately, it's very sick. Every massive tragedy, whether it's COVID or Katrina, that's when all of the fraudsters come out and prey on people. I want to give you a couple tips of what to look for and strategies to make sure that you're not a victim of any of this. If this is your first time, it's the D Money channel. Please like and subscribe. And I appreciate that you're here. We deal with real estate, financing, personal finance, entrepreneurship, everything that has to do about money, dinero, scams, con artists. Unfortunately, it's going to happen. They're going to be out in full force. What I don't want to have happen to you is what recently happened to me that I will share with you here at the end. But if you are facing a foreclosure, your head is not thinking right, you're worried, you're stressed, you're worried about a home, what I want to say to you first, it's just a house. I know it might mean a lot to you and have a lot of memories and it means everything to you, but when it really comes down to it, it's a house. Your health is everything. If you were really going through a rough time, please try to remember this when it's super stressful and everyone's coming at you and bill collectors, and just think, you know what? I have my health and I have my family. Try to stay focused on that. That's the biggest advice I can tell you. Everything is coming at you. The other thing is to get away from the noise where you can think. Because everyone's at you, it's hard to think. You become reactive instead of coming up with a plan that will work and just stay focused. It's very difficult. Ask anyone to help. Come on here. We'll help you stay focused. I will absolutely look at anything, even if you don't work with us. I don't care. If you're going through a situation and you need another set of eyes to look at everything, I would be more than happy to reach out to me here or my number below. If you're going to be facing foreclosure and you cannot pay your mortgage, please do not put your head in the sand. Deal with it. It's not going away. And the longer you wait, the less chances you have of different options. The process is after 90 days, the bank then will help you. What's really strange, the bank won't help you with anything until you stop paying. I always just found this to be bizarre. I'd go to the bank during the first crash. I'm like, I need help. And they're like, what? Just make the payment. Until I stopped paying, no one was talking to me. No one was talking about debt reduction. No one was talking about anything. Once you stop paying, that's when they'll all of a sudden start making a deal with you. It's weird, sick, but that's the truth. When you're facing foreclosure, one of the options they might tell you, due to the past 3 years, there have been a lot of people that overpaid for the home. The market was crazy. The market went way up, way too much, and it's inflated. Prices are going to be plummeting here soon. So you might owe more than the home is worth, and someone might mention to you a short sale. When you're looking for a real estate agent, there's good real estate agents and there's bad real estate agents, just like everywhere, every profession. Ask the real estate agent how many closings they had last year. Look it up online. Ask them to show you the proof of closings. If they're not particular strong, do they have a good broker behind them? Maybe their broker's an ace and looks at all their transactions and helps them. It's not time for your aunt's, uncle's, dog walker's friend to be your realtor. It's time for a professional. It's crunch time. It's go time. No time to mess around. Make sure you're working with a professional that can help you. If you owe on your home, for an example, $200,000 or $300,000, and the realtor negotiates with the bank and says, okay, I got them to accept 160. You got $40,000 off your mortgage. You now owe that at tax time. That they look at that. Congratulations, you got an extra 40 grand in income. Even though you didn't receive it, you now owe that in taxes. So be very careful of a short sale and understand what happens with the shortfall. It is now your income. I am not an accountant or an attorney, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Do with it what you will with this information. If it were me and I had a shortfall like that of $40,000, if you start an LLC, you have a $10,000 tax credit from the government. Maybe you walk dogs on the side. Maybe you're thinking about a business. You don't have to be up and operational as a business to claim that on your taxes. That's just an idea, okay? If you're also facing foreclosure, the government, in preparation for this, because they've known they were going to do this for a while, they now have a 40-year AM, I believe, with FHA and VA loans where you can stretch out your mortgage and do a loan modification. That would be your next step if you're defaulting. You could start with a loan modification. If that doesn't work and you've made the loan modification payments, I saw this the first crash, people would be making it for 6 months and then all of a sudden they'd say, you're not approved. There is Chapter 13 that you can file, and that stops a foreclosure as well. I'm just giving you the information, do with it what you will. You'd want to wait for that as a last resort. That makes the sheriff's sale not happen and the foreclosure stop. I believe you have to check your state, but I know some states you can do that up to 3 times. The judge won't be very happy with you, but you can do that. That is your right as an American. I'm not condoning anything. Those are just the laws. The other option is subject to. In this particular option, there's also a lot of wholesalers out there. And wholesalers, what they do is they get your home in contract and then they go and try to sell it to someone like us. Like, we deal with wholesalers all the time and buy properties from them. They mark it up and then they sell it to an investment company. You have to make sure you're working with a wholesaler that knows what they're doing. I've had situations, I think of this 80-year-old couple, they called me up bawling. They worked with a wholesaler. The wholesaler told them they were closing last week. They'd moved out to their new apartment. Now they have an apartment payment and a mortgage payment. It's horrible. If you deal with a bad wholesaler, it can ruin, it could mess with your life big time. What you want to ask a wholesaler is, show me a property that you bought in the past year in your name, of your company's name. Show me proof that you've been on deeds. Make sure you're working with a good wholesaler. I would tell you to ask them for a HUD or an ALTA, but they could print that off on their computer and type one up. You just need to see deeds or transactions, full closing docs of transactions that they've done, and or proof of funds, either of those. You'll then know you're working with a good wholesaler. If you have to work with a wholesaler. If you want to do a subject to, absolutely call us. I'd be more than happy to work with you guys. We do subject to deals all the time, and we call it our deed program. What you do is you would be deeding over the house to whomever, an investor, a company, and you'd be walking away. What we do is we give an initial installment so the seller walks away with cash, and we take over the property. We make the mortgage payments, any maintenance or repairs. The seller's literally done walking away. No more, no mas. They don't want the house. They don't want to deal with it. They're stressed. They're just done with it. We do those all the time. Subject to deals are really what you make of them. They're all structured differently. Make sure you're working with a real company. It's super important that they have a track record, that they own properties. Don't get caught up in the wholesaling wheel. The other thing to watch out for, and this just happened to me, and I can't believe I was this silly, but always make sure you have more than one bank account. I've always done this and I could kick myself. Right now, if someone has your checking account number, they literally can write checks, do ACHs, they can take all of your money. The bank will replenish it the next day, but that doesn't make up for the checks that you just bounced, and it's a hassle. It's horrible. This just happened to us, and X whatever had our account information and did this fraud every single day. You don't think like that because you're not an evil person and someone that commits fraud. Believe me, the people that steal and commit fraud, they think of it full time. It's very hard to protect yourself against someone like that because that's all they think about is how to get your money and steal from you. Make sure you have more than one bank account. I would keep a bill bank account where you put money there for your bills and have a separate one. Hopefully you have enough money to put in a separate one where you just have living expenses over there, and no one, and this person I trusted with my life, so not even your mom, I wouldn't tell anyone this other account information. I would be that psycho about it. There's so much fraud out there right now. Banks can't help you. Police can't help you. Take care of yourself because all of these people come out of the woodwork and they want your money and they think about it nonstop. Please, if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any other suggestions for everyone to make sure that no one's scammed out of their money during this recession, because it is going to get ugly and I don't want anyone to get hurt. This is D Money. I absolutely adore you guys. Peace out.